and McCoy, where icons like AD, Jason, Trent, and CD form the foundation for future Sooners. Today signifies another chapter in the storied history of Oklahoma football and the gold standard that's been set. Live from the Palace on the Prairie, it's National Signing Day in Norman, Oklahoma. This is the new era of Sooner football. This is 24K.
One and all to Noun Hotel and Sooner Football 24K, the gold standard National Letter of Intent Signing Day presented by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. Can I get a big boomer? Boomer! 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 All right, that's a good start. I'm your host. The gold standard. It's great we have such a wonderful turnout. We want to thank Noun Hotel for hosting this event. Most of all, we want to thank you for being a part of it. Just a couple of things. Everything in here you're watching, you can watch it out there. Trying to stay warm outside. It's not too bad. It's in the 50s, so you should be just fine. Coming up on the program, we will hear.
Live on like Sam, Roy, DeMarco, and McCoy, where icons like AD, Jason, Trent, and CD form the foundation for future Sooners. Today signifies another chapter in the storied history of Oklahoma football and the gold standard that's been set. Live from the Palace on the Prairie, it's National Signing Day in Norman, Oklahoma. This is the new era of Sooner football. This is 24K.
All right, welcome in one and all to Noun Hotel and Sooner Football 24K, the gold standard National Letter of Intent Signing Day presented by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. Can I get a big boomer? Boomer! Boomer! All right, that's a good start. I'm your host, Chad McKee.
Good job, Chad.
Yeah, it is great to be up here with you, and my esteemed colleagues here. He was Fort Gibson High School. I think they had a fax machine that day. I know it was not any kind of computer situation, but the pride of Fort Gibson High School, national championship winner, Ted Lehman here at Oklahoma. Was there a fax machine, Ted?
I think it was. And then it had to send what, Morse code over the
carrier pigeon. How long does it take them to fly here to Norman and get yours in? And Gabe Eichert came out of McGinnis High School as a very ballyhooed tight end. Wound up on the offensive line. Played a little basketball in high school. Thrilled to get him because the academic side was a huge part of the big component for Gabe. But Gabe Eichert, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta have a smart guy up here. Someone had to boost the team GPA.
Without question. And this guy on the very end, he is now director of Soul Mission with the football program, and he kept us all waiting on signing day. I was doing a show just like this with Teddy, and we were waiting. Clovis High School, Fresno, California, wide receiver, linebacker. The great Caleb Kelly is with us also. So he did. He was very calm and cool and collected on that signing day, but for the most part. Coming up here on the show, we will hear from head coach Brent Venables, several other coaches and signees yet to come as well. But let's get started with kind of taking a look at this class and how it shaped up. And we take a look at our Mathis Home list of ESPN 300 commitments. This is an ESPN show, so look at where some of these guys landed. And Caleb, how this class sort of came together, putting all these 27 players in place on this signing day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. You go around all around the car. Our coaches, man, we really should give it up for them because all the travel, the time away from their families, right after the season, I mean, that's a lot of work. And I'll be honest with y'all, I was one of those little preppy guys back in the day. One of them Mr. Five Stars. Yeah, we all know. But it's a different day and age now where these guys get a lot of butt kissing going on. Let's call it what it is. And so, and kudos to our coaches, man, bringing these guys in, rallying them up because we got to go win some championships here at the University of Oklahoma. It's time to do it.
And Gabe, it has changed so much in the last 5 years. You got bowl prep for these coaches. You've got the transfer portal, which is always in operation this time of the year as well. Re-recruiting your players that are on your current team, and then trying to get these guys all nailed down. I mean, the scope of things has changed so much.
Yeah, and we've got the entire coaching staff here with us at the Nun Hotel, and I know with the way that the calendar is currently, this is what all the coaches signed up for. This is what they got into the profession for to deal with it all at once. But no, it is, these coaches, it's an absolute grind right now with the way that the college football calendar is laid out, and just extremely appreciative the diligence that these men operate with this time of the year. It's not easy. College football is different now, and these coaches are putting in incredibly long hours to get this signing class together, to attack their needs in the portal, all while getting a team ready to play a really good Arizona team next week in the Alamo Bowl. I do not envy them with what they are doing right now, but luckily we've got one of the best, hardest working staffs in all of college football, and they're doing a tremendous job, and I think that's reflected in this signing class that we're going to discuss today.
It's a very balanced class, Teddy. In fact, almost equal numbers on both sides of the ball. You got 13 defensive guys, 14 offensive guys, offensive line, defensive line heavy, and the defensive side, I think this defensive line class is really one of the elite classes as you approach your time in the SEC.
Yeah, balance to me is like 10 defensive linemen.
Of course
in
it is.
Signing class. That's what I consider balance. But this is great. I mean, you got athleticism just oozing from all these guys, and that's what I think. When you look at the last couple of recruiting classes, you see it out there on the field. We got a bunch of young guys playing speed, a lot of length. We are a bigger, faster, stronger football team than we've been in years past. And you can look through this lineup of these guys. There's a ton of athleticism. When you have a offensive lineman that's running track, I think you have a fast football team that's coming up. So, man, I'm excited about this group.
So we take a look at kind of how this class breaks down. Here's a look at these defensive linemen. Gabe, highlight just a few of them. You know, David Stone is a local kid from Del City originally who went out to IMG Academy. Nigel Smith there in Florida with him. But this is a special group.
Well, the thing about David Stone is I think he brings something that we've lacked the last couple of years, just a natural pass rusher in the interior of the defensive line. you watch him, and I know it's high school, but you think about his traits, his length, his twitch. He's the type of guy that you could see contributing right away as a true freshman, even as we go into the SEC. And it was a big deal that we landed him. I mean, an extremely big deal. You think about the local ties, even though he finished his high school career there at IMG, but he's the type of defensive lineman that gets you really excited. And he's an extremely athletic guy. The technique will come, right? Coach Chavis, Coach Bates, he'll get the technique down. You just can't teach natural ability like what David Stone's got. And then a guy I'm really intrigued by is Nigel Smith. Already 6'5", 260. We've seen Coach Venables and Coach Bates and Coach Chavis, this entire defensive staff led by Coach Ruth, we've seen them really value versatile defensive linemen. And I'm interested to see how they can use Nigel Smith. Now, of course, going to get bigger, going to get faster, going to get stronger. But he's a guy you could see playing defensive end. He's a guy you could see bumping in the inside when they need him to do that, maybe being a pass rusher on the interior. The versatility that I think he's going to bring, it's really exciting because he's a good high school player now. I think his potential is really something fun to imagine.
Caleb?
Yeah, I think I have.
Guys that can do multiple things, and with a frame like that, the options are really limitless of what he can be. Can he be an outside guy? You know, if he puts on weight, you never know, could end up being a guy that rushes off the edge. And we ask our linebackers to do a bunch of those different things, but you know, you've got to value length in this day and age, both for rushing the passer and in coverage. You know, the wide receivers, the tight ends are getting bigger and bigger and more athletic. You've got to be able to match that with linebacker personnel. And you see the frame that he's got and the skill set that he